You are listening to the Substation Gaming Podcast. I'm Lucas. With me, I have Black Chestnut.
Hello.
And Ricola.
Yo.
Today we're going to go over some topics such as the Dragon Quest event.
Yeah, I guess let's get into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chestnut, I think you could lead the most of this.
Yeah. So you want to start? We'll just go in order of what they revealed. So, first thing they showed off was the Dragon Quest puzzle game.
Yep.
You guys remember this? It was with the little erasers that were shaped like Dragon Quest characters.
Oh yeah.
It was like
Wow.
a match 3 or whatever.
It's a puzzle game.
It's kind of cool. They're doing a lot of these little things for Dragon Quest where it's...
Yeah.
Cute.
They definitely revealed more games than I expected.
Right.
Yeah.
I was expecting maybe like 2 to 3 announcements. They gave us 6.
Jeez.
Yeah. There's not much to say in the puzzle game, but it does look cute.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got a lot of eraser character models that come to life. I mean...
Something like
cutesy
that.
JRPG spin-off. Like, remember World of Final Fantasy?
Yeah, except this is, just a
No.
puzzle game.
Yeah, just...
It makes sense, though.
Yeah,
It's something that would appeal to the Japanese market, little mobile puzzle game you play on your phone.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Moving on from that on to second announcement, which was Dragon Quest X Online update.
Okay, what is that doing exactly?
It's just the new expansion for Dragon Quest X, which is the MMO Dragon Quest.
Oh,
it's the
Ten's
one
an
that's
MMO?
only- Yeah, Ten's an MMO. It's exclusive to Japan. It's not really in any other regions. And they also said they're not planning on releasing it anywhere else. Still.
Alright.
So there's really not much to talk about for this. At all. So we can move on to the next one, which is the Dragon Quest X Offline.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're making like a little chibi version of Dragon Quest X that's single player only.
Okay.
Yeah. It reminded me a lot of Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played that before. The Pocket Edition.
No.
Granted,
It's
I
weird,
haven't
like-
played many Final Fantasy games in general, but...
It's got like the
Yeah.
really default art style, but strange.
Yeah, it's a mobile version of Final Fantasy 15. It's like a weird top-down action RPG. It's
Yeah.
arguably better than actual Final Fantasy 15.
Isn't that bad when spin-off smaller versions of actual bigger games are better than the actual
Yeah,
game?
when the demake is better than the actual game.
Yeah, it's so
Not-
sad.
Great. Although it's only arguably better.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah,
argue
you know-
either way.
A big part of Final Fantasy games is spectacle, and when it's tiny like that, you're not getting that out of it.
Yeah. With this one, they didn't say specifically if it was going to get a worldwide release, but they also didn't say if it wasn't. So I guess it's kind of up in
Okay.
the air whether or not we'll see it get released outside of Japan. It
Odd.
might not. They might be waiting to see if it does well in Japan first, and if it does, then they might bother to release it worldwide,
Mhm.
Right.
something like that.
Oh, who
So
knows?
moving on from those are the kind of less interesting announcements. Moving on to the much cooler announcements, the Dragon Quest III remake,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
and Square Enix decided to get the Octopath Traveler team to make a remake of Dragon Quest III, which is pretty much the most popular and most beloved one.
Yeah.
I think this is probably like its second remake at this point.
Does it have another remake?
Well, they had that one remaster where they
Okay.
fixed up all the graphics, and I count that as a remake since they redid all of the sprites. Right? I
Yeah,
think
so-
they did.
Yeah. But yeah, it's using the HD 2D art style.
Yeah.
Although I gotta admit, I kind of looks bit better than Octopath, just because it has a lot more color.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it still has the insane amounts of bloom. Did you notice even some of the text had bloom on it?
Oh God.
Even the
Yeah.
text in your HUD has bloom.
I thought
But
it looked pretty nice.
it looks pretty nice. Yeah, it's a lot more colorful than Octopath was, which, yeah, it looks interesting. I was thinking when I first saw Octopath, something like a Final Fantasy VI, like, remaster in that art style would look
Yeah,
neat to me,
that'd be a
and
good
this is
idea too.
pretty similar to that.
Hmm.
And I've been meaning to play Dragon Quest 3 forever because I know that has a lot of the same devs as Chrono Trigger.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Oh.
think this is a really great way of remaking Dragon Quest 3. I think it's a really great idea. This is such a smart way of remaking older 2D sprite games
Yeah.
without butchering their art style and stuff by making them
Yeah.
like 3D or something like that. That
Yeah.
can have the potential to go.
Sometimes the older games with
bad.
those like older looking styles like look good. They just need a
Yeah.
little bit of that push for like a
Like, imagine if the Secret of Mana remake looked more like this instead of, how it ended up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we got to get around to playing that on our
Yeah, we'll get around to it.
yeah. But yeah, it's the Octopath style has been like the go-to for a couple games lately.
They've been using it quite a lot.
I mean, it's
I'm
a nice art
surprised by
style.
how much they're actually utilizing that engine.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Yeah.
It's nice though. It's a good engine.
Yep, I think a lot of people like it.
Actually, I might even try to make a joke. The engine is just a modified Unreal.
That's true.
It's a
It
mod.
is just
Yeah.
modified Unreal, but it's modified in specific ways.
Adding a fuck ton of bloom.
Yeah. But
Which, I'm fine with bloom.
yeah, what's
That's fine.
what's wrong with Bloom?
Bloom's
Bloom can be bad. Have you ever played
Too much
Dark
Bloom
Souls?
could be bad. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten to Lost Izalith and Dark Souls?
Oh, God. Hurts my eyeballs.
Yeah.
That's a very
That's
extreme case.
That area is painful in so many different ways. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to copy and paste 20,000 dragon butts in that area.
It's clearly very, very rushed in a game that overall is very, very polished. It's kind of weird.
They just could have put less horrible enemies in that area and it would have been better. Like, honestly, I would have rather them just copy pasted a bunch of Taurus demons in there.
Yeah, at least the Taurus game is low.
They're like, it's just because the big dragon torso monsters are just like the worst things ever.
They're very
They're
ugly
so
looking, too.
impossible to fight. Like, it is.
I don't
impossible.
remember it going out of my way to fight. You just walk past them.
Well, yeah, you do, but they're literally just there so you don't explore the area.
Yeah, annoying.
Yeah. But, like, when you're trying to get a specific item that they're guarding, that can be annoying. Or if you aggro them because you got too close, it's annoying. But, yeah, Dark Souls is not Dragon Quest.
Yeah. A much more rage-inducing game than Dragon Quest.
That's not necessarily true.
That's not necessarily true. It depends.
Well,
I find Dark pretty chill.
No. Let's not get into that now.
Difficulty is relative anyway.
Yeah, let's not get into that. I have very bad stories
Moving on
about
from
Dark Souls.
Back to Dragon Quest 3. I'm excited for this remake.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's. I might get into Dragon Quest more because I have.
Isn't 3 one of the shorter ones? It's
I'd
not
have
as
to
long.
assume so, because how many more people I've seen have played it.
Yeah. So I think 3 is probably the best one to start with. So this remake is probably
It's
great
the one of
place to
Airdrop.
start if you want to get into Dragon Quest.
Oh, that's good. Maybe that makes me a little more inclined to play it then. Maybe.
He's in Smash Bros. Main character.
Isn't it Hero?
Yeah, he's one of the alternate costumes for Hero, and everyone thought Airdrop would just be the character. He just got him.
Right.
Instead, they decided to split it up between the 4 most popular protagonists. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, is his name Hero like in obviously the
No,
other
no.
the other skins.
You named the game. He's called Air Dragon. In the other games, they call him Air Dragon.
Okay.
Like he's referenced in the other games, like as like like a legendary hero and stuff.
But the most Dragon Quest protagonists don't have a canonical name. You're supposed to give them a name.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Along with the rest of your party, you can name all your
Role
party.
play as them,
That's what I thought.
That's why they call him Hero in Smash Bros. Because he doesn't have a canonical default name.
Yeah. The default name it usually is go-to is just 11. Because he's the main character of Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah, the fans will usually refer to each Dragon Quest protagonist by their game number entry.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else we're gonna say about this?
I think we.
Not much more to say about 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could touch more on it when it comes out and one of us plays it or something.
Yeah. Moving on to the next Dragon Quest announcement, they announced Dragon Quest Treasures.
Okay.
Now, this one's kind of interesting because it's a Dragon Quest spin-off. It's like an open world action RPG / action adventure game, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of, the trailer was a little like, they just kind of, I mean, they showed off.
Show off a lot.
Yeah, it was about only a minute, but they showed off like some like cut scenes from.
I think what they're trying to do is kind of like make an open world action adventure / RPG Dragon Quest game. So something kind of along the lines of Breath of the Wild.
Is Dragon Quest like? Isn't it the actual game like 2D?
No, the latest
not
games have been.
necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Older games are 2D, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
I was gonna say because this one's definitely 3D.
Yeah, this is a spin-off.
Right.
So it's not gonna play like the mainline Dragon Quest games, of course.
I mean, it looks kind of interesting. I mean,
It looks neat.
They only really showed off you going around fucking finding some treasure chests with some cutscenes, and two distinctive blades that 2 characters wield. That probably have some significance. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the characters that you play as in this game, I'm pretty sure that they're characters from 11, right? But as children.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure.
That's what they are. I'm not 100% sure. I'm no Dragon Quest expert.
Yeah, neither.
And then you've played a lot more than either of us. I started 3. I played like 40 minutes. That's my.
Yeah, I've played a good amount of 9, and I've played a little bit of 11, but a very little bit.
Right.
Only a few hours. So Dragon Quest Treasures looks neat, but I guess we'll have to wait and see more of it when they show off more. And that's probably, I think they said it was going to come out in like 2022, projected.
Oh, so this is very, very early.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some more news within like the next couple months or maybe sometime next year.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, we can move on to the last very big announcement for Dragon Quest, which is Dragon Quest 12.
Yes.
This is the one that they said would be like a Dragon Quest for adults, correct?
Yeah.
What is that supposed to be?
This first off,
I
the
guess
trailer
it's just
looks
gonna have
cool.
an overall darker tone, which, to be fair, there's been darker themes in Dragon Quest games before, but
They're still mild.
I think I think they might just mean that kind of in, a Majora's Mask compared to Ocarina of Time sort of way,
Right.
Okay.
That's probably some sort of approach they're taking with it.
where it's just, a bit more mature themed. It's Dragon Ball Z compared to Dragon Ball's regular.
I've heard a lot of people make the joke that it's gonna have Yakuza beat 'em up gameplay, and then Yakuza and Dragon Quest will swap gameplay styles.
Isn't there like a title for this? Didn't they reveal it?
It's just it's just Dragon Quest 12.
Oh, no,
That's the title.
I could have swore there was. Yeah, the Flames of Fate.
Oh yeah, there's like a subtitle.
Yeah,
Yeah, but who? It's a JRPG subtitle. They're meaningless.
The reveal trailer though, it's pretty cool how they did it.
Yeah,
They had,
they
like,
showed off a title.
well, yeah, but the way they
It
went about
reminded
it.
me a lot of the Metroid Prime 4 announcement.
Got a JPEG.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Pretty much. They did mention that they were going to make changes to the command system in this game.
Okay.
Which that's the battle system. But they didn't say they were gonna get rid of it. They just said they were gonna make changes to it.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's still gonna be turn-based. You know, it's still gonna be a JRPG. They're not gonna go full-on action. Unless
Who
they
knows,
decided to go really crazy and it's just like, yeah, we changed up the command menu system. Now it's Kingdom Hearts. You know, because Kingdom Hearts still has a command menu.
They're 12 games in. They could do whatever. Who knows what they're gonna do?
Yeah. But I think it's still gonna be turn-based RPG. I think when they say they're making changes to the command menu, I think they're just gonna like probably add an extra element or something to it. You know?
I'll add the bravely default.
Yeah, something like that. I wouldn't be too surprised if they added something similar to that, you know, because there's lots of different ways you can change up turn-based combat with it still being, you know, turn-based combat without completely jumping the shark.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely
Not much we could say though. It's just speculation at this point.
yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks when they just release just straight up a reveal title for a game, because like it's you want to talk about so much about it, but there really isn't much to talk about.
Pretty much.
That's true.
And you know, especially a game that you know definitely you know you're gonna want to play or get soon after it comes out. Because I've seen like a bunch of people like talking about it, like how excited they are. Like I've seen multiple videos talking about how Dragon Quest 12 is gonna change the Dragon Quest line.
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, who knows how far they're gonna go with it, you know. It is gonna be next gen, you know.
Right.
So there's that. Mm-hmm.
But you know, I don't know if I see it like pushing the envelope of like what the PS5 can do.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for 12. I still need to beat 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still cool to see.
Right.
It was also cool that they're gonna go for full worldwide release.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know. How far off is this?
We have no idea. It's probably a couple years. Although, actually, scratching back to the Dragon Quest 3 remake before we finish the Dragon Quest talk.
Yeah.
I remember they were talking during the presentation. He was also saying that if the 3 remake goes well, they were also interested in remaking 1 and 2 as well, in a similar style.
All right.
But then the guy behind the curtain was blowing the whistle at him, being like, no, you're not supposed to say that.
So I'll take that as that's something they're thinking about, but don't take that as gospel at all.
Yeah, it's something that, hey, if 3 does well, which it probably will, they might remake 1 and 2.
Just maybe.
Maybe. Got anything else to say on 12?
Nah, not really.
Any anticipations?
I mean,
it will be a video game.
It's gotta
It will be a Dragon and Quest. Yeah.
It is hard to it feels hard to talk about a series that, you know,
Barely played, yeah.
that there's so little to actually go off of because the series is so similar from entry to entry for the most part. There's a few that stand out that will throw in a crazy new mechanic or do something really different, but usually for the most part they stay the same, and so it can be hard to talk about Dragon Quest 12 when we know so little, but we also know it's probably just going to be another Dragon Quest game. And what we literally have to go off of is it's going to have a more mature tone. And
Which
they
could
might
mean
change
anything.
up the
Like
combat
really.
system a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there is like one Dragon Quest that, you know, also has a darker tone. I want to say that one is 5.
Okay.
That's the one with the protagonist who has the staff, right? I think that's the...
I can't remember.
Or maybe it's 6. I don't remember exactly, but I know there's like one where the protagonist's like entire family is like murdered in front of him and he goes on a big long revenge quest or something like that.
To be fair, that kind of stuff could happen in more lighthearted stuff, so I don't know if the actual fun stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what you would do if you saw your entire family murdered in front of you. I'd go on a rampage.
Oh no, I'm saying that there's plenty of lighthearted adventure stuff that also totally has that same premise, but is just doesn't draw attention to it.
I mean,
Like
that's
Bambi.
Yeah.
That's a great example, Bambi.
Yeah. But yeah. I think we're done with Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Let's move on to. I hope everybody who's watching is gonna love our picture for this.
Yeah. So moving on from one anniversary event to another anniversary event. Dragon Quest had its big 35th anniversary and 35th anniversary, and Sonic had its 30th anniversary, like in the same week.
Yes.
Weird.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure, the first thing they talked about, I don't know if it was necessarily the first thing, but first thing we're talking about from that 30th anniversary event is going to be the Sonic Colors Ultimate game.
Yeah.
Yes, Sonic Colors. It's back.
Oh yeah, and better than ever.
Which...
Yeah, I like Sonic Colors.
Yeah, this was a good idea. This was leaked quite a bit, talked about a lot. People
Sonic
were
Colors is
expecting
not my
it.
favorite, but it's definitely a safe bet.
Oh yeah.
Just like a port, even.
Oh yeah.
Like-
It's definitely the right move, I'd say. It's definitely the safest game to make a remaster of. It definitely needed it.
Yeah, I think like something like
being stuck on the
Unleashed needs
Wii.
one more.
Unleashed definitely could use it as well. But I
Just
think
'cause-
Colors was definitely a safer bet because one, it arguably needs it more because at least Unleashed was on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Colors
Yeah.
was stuck on the Wii, so you had like the 480 resolution,
Yeah,
It really needed the boost.
yeah.
They really took that Colors above and beyond in the trailer too. It was flashy. There was so many different colors going on.
Honestly, I'm really surprised that when they went with the Colors reveal trailer, they didn't play the main theme. They just played like a random song.
Right.
Who knows why?
I don't know. But like right after the Colors reveal, they showed off like a Colors cartoon miniseries that they're doing.
Yeah.
And that was playing the Colors main theme.
Oh, really?
Maybe they just didn't want repetition.
Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think of the Colors TV miniseries?
It looked pretty.
Yeah.
It looked nice.
Yeah, it does look very
Sonic
nice.
has a good track record with its TV stuff. Even the bad stuff is wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever watched a Sonic show, not gonna lie.
Yo,
not
we
bad.
gotta watch Sonic Underground and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Come on, you
Dude,
never
I
seen
love
Pingus.
Adventures.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Snooping as usual.
Snooping as usual, I see. It's the best. But yeah, weirdly enough, the Colors miniseries, it's focused around like Metal Sonic,
Really?
which is kind of
okay.
weird because Metal Sonic is not even in Sonic Colors, if I remember.
They didn't show him off in
Maybe
the
he
trailer.
like showed up. Like they had like a bunch of random characters in side quests. If I remember, so who knows? Maybe he wasn't there.
I don't remember. I don't
haven't
think he
played
was
Colors.
in a while. I know you played Colors.
Yeah, I haven't played. I actually never beat it on Wii. I beat the DS version of Colors.
Ah, you never actually beat the final boss?
Nah, I got to like
Not that
towards the
long.
very end, and it's just like, I'm good.
Yeah. But now is a great excuse to finally go back and beat it.
Yeah. I played the DS version of Colors, though. I beat the
It
NES
is one of the
again.
better Sonic games, which isn't saying much, but yeah.
I'm actually not a huge Colors fan. It feels like they just try to do a Mario game for the most part.
I don't know. I felt like they tried to do a Sonic game to me.
Nah, it slows down a bit too much. Like the 2D sections just kind of feel like,
I mean, that's true. The 2D
Platformer.
sections weren't great.
and that's the majority of the game.
Yeah.
It's never bad. It's just like, I think Unleashed like highs are like the daytime stages in Unleashed a lot more.
Yeah, that's true. I'd say Colors is probably better than Unleashed overall, just because the Werehog segments, I'd say, take it down
Yeah.
more than the 2D segments in Colors do.
Yeah. I don't think Warhog segments are bad. It's just they're weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else to
But-
say about Colors?
Well, actually, there is quite a few things. I know they're adding like one new Wisp power-up, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, interesting.
And there was also like an image that showed off that suggested that Tails might be playable.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, because like there's images, like gameplay screenshots that like show Tails icon in the life corner,
Right.
the life count and stuff, which would suggest that Tails would be playable. Because
Yes.
usually a Sonic head would be there. So maybe we're gonna see
so
playable
sweet.
Tails.
Hell yeah!
and
When's the
another
last time Tails
thing-
was playable? Actually,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So that like,
Yeah.
has he been playable once since like Adventure Tale?
You know, he hasn't been playable that much.
I
He
mean, I
really
guess
should be
Heroes
playable more.
counts.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
people
like-
said they didn't want Sonic games for Sonic's dumb friends, they didn't mean Tails.
And people are cowards because all Sonic's dumb friends are great.
Yeah, when they said they
How-
wanted to play a Sonic game without his dumb friends, they meant everybody else who isn't like Tails and Knuckles.
Which is cowardice because I mean, how do you not like Cream the Rat?
That's true. I like Cream the Rabbit.
Everyone does. She's great. But
The
yeah,
only other thing I can think of for colors is that they added new customization stuff.
okay.
Like you can change Sonic's shoes and gloves.
You know what? That's cool actually. I
Yeah.
actually like costume stuff, like something like a Sonic game. I can appreciate that because you
Yeah.
replay levels a lot in the Sonic game.
I don't
No.
know if they're like only tied to like the pre-order bonus though, because like one of the pre-order bonuses was like unlock a gold and silver customizables is what they said. And then you can see screenshots where Sonic has like gold gloves and like gold shoes and like silver gloves and silver shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's just those specifically or if there's also going to be more that you can unlock in the game.
Oh, cosmetics
Who
are
knows?
weird when like they could just, I don't know, make a model swap of like Shadow and it would make people just as interested as any cosmetic
Yeah, definitely.
would. Oh yeah, I just forgot they did that for Forces. Shadow got a DLC where you could just play us in every level.
Yeah.
That's exponentially more interesting than cosmetics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually cosmetics are good for a Sonic game because you replay levels a lot, so that'd be neat.
Yeah.
Like that will just give you a little bit more eye candy when you play something for like the 50th time.
Mhm.
But any more info about colors that I missed?
Not that I can think of. I think we're good on colors. Let's move on to the next Sonic announcement, which was the Sonic Anniversary Collection. And
Yes.
this collection has 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles.
So
Missing
the interesting-
CD.
It is missing CD.
Yeah, I don't
Of
think
course.
CD's there.
Well,
As far as
at
I'm
least
aware.
CD's pretty readily available. So
What,
Yeah.
So what games are coming in this collection again?
1, 2, 3, and Knuckles.
Okay. So and this is being released as like a bundle,
so
right?
the first 3 Sonic
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Genesis.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty
interesting.
sure it has the and Knuckles version separately, but I guess you can also play Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah, because they're one big game that they had to split into 2 because of cost.
Right.
But you could use Snap-on technology and play them as just one continuous.
Oh, okay.
So they'll probably just have them. They'll probably just have like 3 options: play Sonic 3, play Sonic and Knuckles, and play Sonic.
Right.
And I assume they'll also have like the version of Sonic 2 where you can play. So they'll have all the stuff. That's been pretty standard in all the re-releases.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested if these are going to be the Christian Whitehead ports, because those have been stuck on Android like an iOS.
I think they are, or at least they're new ports that would have a lot of the similar features.
Because the Christian Whitehead ports, full widescreen, way smoother frame rates, and even a extra level in Sonic 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that these do have widescreen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I hope it has a stable frame rate, because in Genesis Sonic, when you lose your rings, it plummets.
Yeah.
Is it that the hope with almost every game that's made on a console? Stable frame rate?
Yeah, but I don't know if they'll put it in full.
It doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
But Sonic 3, if it's a new Sonic 3 port, that's interesting, because they haven't been able to do that because supposedly
of the music stuff.
Yeah, supposedly Michael Jackson. Supposedly, nobody knew.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's estate won't let him do it and stuff.
Yeah. But so, who knows? They could end up doing if it's a new port, then they might have to even do a new soundtrack, or they sorted something out. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. They'll use the weird PC soundtrack from the PC version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there is like technically 2 different soundtracks for Sonic 3.
Yeah. There's a PC port, which sounds completely different. It's really weird. It's good, but Sonic 3 has banging. I don't know if I can play it without music.
Yeah. I mean, like, the Sonic Mega Collection had 3 in it.
It did, but I don't know. That wasn't like a new port. That was a that was just an emulation.
Uh-huh.
They can re-release the ROM. They can't make a new port. Supposedly Christian Whitehead even made a full Sonic 3 port for Android, and they just never released it because of legal issues.
Yeah.
So I hope that's what this is. That'd be nice.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
But yeah. Yeah, I wish this was the same scale as Mega Collection, but I'll settle.
Yeah, at the same time, it's like, yeah, we can like say, oh, they're missing so many games they could have put in here, but all those other games are like booty cheeks, and they're not worth playing anyway. Like they left us with only the good games. Pretty much.
It'd be nice if they actually added the Mania Drop Dash, because one of the ports actually did that for Sonic 1. I know that'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not missing too much not having Sonic 3D Blast.
That game's a curio. It's worth playing. I wish we got Sonic R, though. That game's awesome.
Oh, yeah. That would be nice. I think it's in one of the collections. They make so many different anniversary collections.
I think it's in Sonic Gems
crazy.
collection on PS2.
I feel like they make us a new Sonic collection every year for every year anniversary at this point.
They probably do. Hey, at least they keep selling them unlike a Mario.
That's true. Almost every Sonic game is somewhat readily available in some way or fashion.
Yeah, except for the Saturn games. And I mean, the adventure games aren't readily available. Adventure 1's not readily available with a good port.
You can buy it on Steam.
But you have to mod the fuck out of shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone wants
maybe we'll see remakes of them in the future.
Yeah, everyone talks about wanting an Adventure HD, but I don't trust Sega in the slightest to do that, just after how kind of crap DX is.
I don't know. It depends on what team they get to do it, really.
Yeah. If
Sega's not a bad
Let's steal them from
Activision. You steal them from Activision. Because Sega, of course, are not bad devs. It's mostly just Sonic Team.
Right.
It's mostly
I
just
feel
Sonic
like
Team
that's
being
mostly
weird.
just because Sonic is just a hard IP to work with.
I don't think Sonic Team makes too many straight up awful games either.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Sonic is the only like video game franchise based around going like as fast as the Flash,
Which is a shame because it's a fun gimmick and it's why
It's a fun gimmick, but it's really hard to develop
hard to
for
work with,
lots
yeah.
of different reasons.
Yeah.
You know.
But what's next in the Sonic anniversary?
Well, before we get to the last big stuff, we're gonna talk about all the other little tie-in stuff they did.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
More important announcement.
Yes,
saying.
the most important,
Yeah.
which would be what is on our picture right now. The
Yeah.
gold and silver chains that they're coming out with.
Oh
The
my god.
Sonic drip.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, the Sonic
I cannot
drip.
wait to see a fucking rapper come out with his Knuckles chain
Like
and then sing the Knuckles rap.
honestly, these
Yes.
if these are real, like if these are real gold, like they could be worth a lot of money.
They
I mean,
are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're selling them for quite a bit.
I mean, it's kind of sad because I would so love to own one of these, but at the same time, like I'm not spending like $3,000 on a freaking.
Oh my god, this is the
Howard.
greatest thing ever.
Recall
It does remind me a lot of Christian Western Chandler, Sonic True.
Oh yeah.
Sonic True necklace.
So, Ricola,
I'm about
you're telling me you're about to drop 3K on some Sonic drip?
Hell yeah. I want the shadow drip.
The
Yeah.
shadow drip is pretty nice.
Yeah. You know, you got a rocket with the boombox playing "I Am All of Me."
Yes. Yeah. Driving around and a motorcycle with gun decals.
Yeah.
Sick.
You're gonna fucking jack the machine gun like a shotgun.
That gun's great. He puts in a magazine and then cocks it. Like that gun's like an amalgamation of every gun possible. It's hilarious. Like they've never seen a gun before. Beautiful.
Yeah.
But anyways, what else did they say is coming?
Well, besides the awesome Sonic jewelry, it's mostly just little stuff like you can wear a Sonic costume in the Olympic Games 2020 Tokyo. Not the Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games, the other Olympic Games video game, the one that's more grounded.
That's weird because I noticed Sonic. Yeah, because like the Sonic Mario ones. Why would you make anything other than like? Why would you bother?
I don't know. I guess they're just like, why not?
Yeah.
And so you can wear a Sonic costume. The best part about that Sonic costume, though, is it's clearly just a dude in a Sonic suit.
You know what they should have done? They should have done the Sonic Man from Sonic 06.
I mean, it effectively is like that. Well, actually,
Yeah.
it reminded me a lot of the old Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games commercials. Back in like
Oh, man.
2010 or whatever, I think. They had like ads where it'd be a guy in a Mario costume and a guy in a Sonic costume, and they would like beat the shit out of each other at sports or something.
Didn't they play the final countdown in that game's marketing?
Probably.
Like,
I think they did.
It's like the stupidest thing they could have picked. Beautiful.
Yeah. And then there's like Sonic at 2 Point Hospital. You
Okay.
dress up the doctors as Sonic. You know, you heard of Dr. Mario. Here's Dr. Sonic.
Finally.
Dr.
Yeah,
Sonic.
imagine being at a fucking hospital, waking up from a coma, and seeing it in a Sonic costume.
Just eating a chili dog next to you. And a doctor, like, he has like the coat on and everything, but he just,
Yeah.
it's just the guy to
It's like somebody's like dying, and like there's like they can't get the stupid shock thing to work, so Sonic just rubs his hand together and generates electricity and binds him.
He turns into a spinball, like in the Sonic movie. He generates that blue electricity when he spinballs,
Yeah.
and then homing attacks them. Oh yeah, that'd be beautiful.
I think there was also like another Sonic tie-in thing with like the mobile versions of the racing game or whatever, something like that.
Which racing game?
It's the mobile version of like Team Sonic Racing.
Okay.
I don't even remember what they announced for that. It was just
okay. I
there was
played some of the
something
Sonic
there.
mobile games, like Sonic. What is it? Dash? I
Yeah.
forget. I
I
played
know they
that.
have a
That was
Sonic
alright.
Forces mobile game, and I'm pretty sure it's just like Dash.
Oh,
but
the Sonic
slightly
Forces mobile
different.
game. Yeah, I played that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like competitive Temple Run. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know, it has City Escape in it, so you know, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But hold. I just remembered. When I was. This is going back to Sonic Colors real quick. Why at the end of the trailer they were using the Sonic from the movie, and, like they're giving you
Oh right. There was
icons.
like
Oh fuck! I think I saw that.
yeah, there's like if you pre-order the game, I think, like physically, you'd get a little baby Sonic keychain.
Yeah, and then you get exclusive player icons, which is this like 4 of them from the Sonic movie, and like
So
this,
fucked up.
which is and they said a Sonic movie boost. Like, what is that?
Oh, I think it changes your boost, like the particle effect for it.
Oh,
to look more
like
a
his
boost in the movie.
boost. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what are they about to boost about the movie?
Yeah. Yeah, because like Sonic has an
Have either of
ability
you
in
seen the
colors.
Sonic movie, by the way?
I've watched it, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I watched it. It's fun. I liked it. I'm actually really looking forward to the second one.
Yeah,
I think the main reason why they're like throwing more Sonic movie stuff in the main games is just cross promote, you know, because the movie did surprisingly well, and they're making a.
It did well because they
might
changed
as well
what Sonic
promote it a
looked
bit
like.
more. Oh, of course.
If they
Would
went,
they hire?
if
They
they
hired the guy that does the Sonic comics, who's like competent.
Yeah.
If they went with the actual thing that they had for Sonic originally, I think
it would have been a train wreck.
I think it would have gave people nightmares.
I mean, it did give people nightmares just for the trailer.
Like it was bad.
Yeah. He said gotta go fast, and then people literally died.
God, remember when it played Gangster's Paradise? What the fuck was that about? Like, of all the songs in the universe to pick.
Like, that would make sense if they were making a Knuckles movie.
Knuckles will be in the next one, so they'll play Gangster's Paradise in the scene he shows up, and it'll be humiliating.
Really funny.
It'll be embarrassing, and I'll laugh really hard. I'll so
just play the
looking
Knuckles and Knuckles version of the Knuckles song.
They'll have to pay royalties to Triple Q.
Yeah. Knock, knock, it's Knuckles.
Man, if they play the Knuckles theme in the Sonic movie, I'll scream.
Yeah.
But going, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else we got.
There's any other Sonic tie-in stuff. So let's move on to the final Sonic thingy, which is the
simultaneously. Yeah, simultaneously the
saying?
most and least interesting thing to talk about.
Yeah, I'd say that.
It's a new Sonic game, which should be exciting, but also we know nothing about it.
Yeah, that's not necessarily true, because there was a lot of leak stuff. I mean, looking at just what they showed off in the trailer, all we know is that Sonic ran in a circle, in a forest. But if you actually look at all the stuff that actually kind of got leaked for it, then there's actually a lot more to go off of.
Yes.
So, first off, we know that at the very least, the prototype name for this game is Sonic Rangers. Whether or not that's going to be the final name for it is up in the air. It might be, it might not.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. But, because of the fact that we know it's Sonic Rangers, and we know this because there was, like, screenshots that people, I guess, decoded or something like that. I think they just hit like F12 or something, and they found out that the images, they were like named Sonic Rangers Image 1, like on the IGN website and stuff.
Okay.
Right.
So that's how they figured that out. So they figured out it's called Sonic Rangers, and just so happens that there was a 4chan leak back in like January detailing a bunch of information on a game that he said that he playtested that was called Sonic Rangers, and that he was part of like a focus group.
Okay.
And so a couple things from this leak said it was supposed to be like an open world Sonic platforming game.
Interesting.
That, and the reason why
good.
we know this leak, like for sure, is like totally.
Yeah, because it had the
legit.
name.
Yeah, not only did it have the name, which could have technically been a guess, lucky guess, but the reason why we know is that in this leak, it specifically states that Sonic has like a new attack where he'll run in a circle, and then when like a line will follow behind him, and then once he completes the circle, everything in the circle will take damage.
Okay.
And what did we see Sonic do in this trailer? He was running in a forest, and there's a trail lining behind him, and he runs in a circle.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a cool little new move he's got, though.
No, that's something that would like I see working in like a more open game, like where you have like a lot of room to move around. So I think that adds credence to open world, which could be neat, like an open world game where you just go really, really fast.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a good idea to take the series.
On
it
a
is also
technical level, it can
noting,
work all
though, that the guy who made the leak, who playtested it, said that the game was really rough and that it wasn't that good.
It's probably was pre-alpha
like,
back in January.
Yeah,
let's be real.
but it's also like he play-tested something that was so early in development, you know, because he said he was part of a focus group, like a focus test.
Yeah, that's focus stuff. That's like pre-alpha. That could be, the game could be a completely different thing at this point.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other stuff in the leak, like you said there was a gigantic tree robot boss.
Okay.
You know, like the one Kirby boss from Planet Robobot, Wispy Woods, but it's a robot. He's in there.
Wonderful. I can't bring myself to be. I'm worried about being excited for a Sonic game because everything it forces sounded good on paper to me, and then Forces just kind of so meh.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say Forces was bad. It's just kind of very meh.
Yeah.
It did everything I wanted a Sonic game to do, and it's just still meh.
Yeah. It's because in reality, to make a game good, you have to do more than just get the points right. You also have to execute it right.
You know, I think I'd be a lot friendlier if that game just had a super...
that are so highly regarded is not because of, like, the big ideas that they come up with. It's the execution.
Yeah,
of how they do everything.
Venture 2 is a very tightly designed game, I'll be real. I've replayed Venture 2 last year. It's tight. Like,
yeah.
But that goes hand in hand for, like, all games, though. You can't just you can't just hit on the marks that you need to hit. You need to execute them well as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Who the fuck knows about Rangers or whatever it's going to be called? Wow.
Yeah. It might be good. It might not be good. You never know with Sonic.
I mean, hopefully it's good. You know.
I mean, of course. Hopefully it's good.
I mean, hopefully it can also be. I mean, you can always also hope for a fun train
wreck.
Shit
on Sonic, but you know, I don't want new Sonic games to be bad. They just always are. Except Mania.
Yeah. You know, I think Force could have gotten a lot of goodwill for me if it just had a good Supersonic final boss. I think I would have liked that game a lot more if it just had a...
The final boss was just the final boss from Colors, but worse.
Well, at least in Colors, don't you turn rainbow or whatever? Like, you get a cool, like... It's just like some boring orchestral music. It's not even the main theme. Like, you just hit a random Eggman robot and it's over.
Are you sure? I thought it was an orchestral version of Fist Bump.
It might have been, but it was so boring.
I'm almost positive it was an orchestral version of Fist Bump.
You just hit an Eggman robot and it's over. Like, remember in Unleashed when you kill, like, an eldritch god that's breaking out of, like, the core of the earth? That's awesome.
With, like, an orchestral version of Endless Possibilities playing?
Yeah, so Sonic needs to bring back eldritch gods. That's what it's...
Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on the Sonic fighting eldritch god, you know, stuff.
I don't think they've missed once with it. Chaos is awesome.
Yeah, Chaos is good. The
final Violizard's not an eldritch god. Violizard's not an eldritch god, but he's close. And Violizard's a very, very good final boss. He's like
even if it's so janky, it's like, it's still perfect.
It's like the peak of the series.
Pretty much.
And dramatically, it's like prototype. It's Shadow fighting against his demon. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a
It's
nice
pretty
concept.
great.
Yeah, it's a great concept.
It's great. But
All right,
Yep.
we want to move out of the 30th
Same
anniversary
again.
event.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've gone over.
Okay.
What is next?
The Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. So it's a Virtua Fighter 5 remake.
Which I'm willing to bet this is like the one Sega IP we didn't bring up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, a little while ago, we were talking about how Sega wants to do more remakes slash remasters slash reboots of their older IPs. And we already know about a couple that were already getting done, like there's getting a House of the Dead remake and stuff like that. And so, following along with that line, Virtua Fighter 5 is getting a remake. You're gonna try and revive the Virtua Fighter IP, I guess.
Virtua Fighter is such a game where I just think of it as a tech demo. Like, I just don't like. I was like legitimately surprised there was more than 2 Virtua.
Do they have Ninja Gaiden in here?
No.
They got a ninja
There's a
character.
ninja guy. He's not specifically from anything besides Virtua Fighter, though.
Oh, okay. I just saw it.
Isn't there a Virtua Fighter character as an assist trophy in Smash? I think there is.
I'm not totally sure because I don't think I've ever gotten that one. I don't know what it would be if there is one.
It's the guy who's really blocky, I'm pretty sure, right?
I haven't played a Virtual Fighter game.
Like
Yeah, Virtua Fighter. Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
black. They look
No,
like Lego
like
people.
the assist trophy in Smash Bros. There's a Virtua Fighter. Like the main character.
I know there's a me. I don't think there's an assist trophy.
I think there was. Maybe that was a different old school like 3D fighting game though.
Who knows? See, I just think of Virtua Fighter as a precursor to. I feel like Tekken did everything Virtua Fighter did, but
Yeah.
it's actually much more interesting as a series.
Tekken is like a Bandai Namco though, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So like, because a lot of companies will have their fighting game franchise, you know.
Yeah.
And Namco has, Tekken and Soul Calibur. Capcom has Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And Sega has Virtua Fighter.
Nintendo Smash.
like-
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's another 3D fighting game like Tekken.
Yeah.
And didn't it do it before Tekken?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Tekken did it
Virtua
on
Fighter is an important,
Yeah.
series. It was a big step forward for fighting games. Just
I know it inspired another more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it inspired Tekken, and that inspired Soul Calibur, and then we got Soul Calibur 2. Yeah, and so, there's a chain. A progression.
Yeah.
It is cool that it's getting a remake, though.
Yeah. Now 2005 one's getting a remake, which isn't even like notable for being like historically relevant.
I think it's literally the most recent one.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever made a Virtua Fighter 6.
Yeah, I have no clue.
And I guess they were thinking it's probably a safer and easier bet to just remake 5
Yeah.
than try and make a new one, which would cost a lot more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
So
I don't.
see if they can get a 5 remake to do well. And try
King
to
of
revive
Fighters
the-
is getting a new entry, isn't it? Maybe
Yeah.
that's just kind of inspired by that. They're like, oh man, King of Fighters is coming back. We gotta do something like that.
I think they're just trying to revive an old IP. Although I know Sega was also closing down a lot of their arcades thanks to the pandemic, really screwing up their arcade business. So I wonder if this is gonna get an arcade.
I almost guarantee it will.
Yeah.
Almost every
shut
big
down-
Japanese fighting game IP gets their
Wait.
arcade release like first. Like Tekken got it a year before it got a consoles, if I remember right.
'Cause I'm pretty sure they're not closing down all their arcades. They're just closing down.
They're probably
like
closing the smaller ones.
Who knows? They probably could end up like reopening a lot of them once they have the money to. Like, you know, they
That's
just
true.
want to go to a Sega high tech land. So, hey, don't close all that.
I'm sure they'll keep the ones like up in Tokyo and stuff up.
Yeah.
Guys want to move on from Virtua Fighter 5 to the next topic?
There's not much you can say about it. I'm not too familiar with the series.
Yeah, neither
Yeah,
am
I'm a
I.
big
I
fighting
mean,
game guy.
I might check it out because it does look cool. The main character in the middle looks pretty cool, I guess. I'm a big like, if something looks cool, I'll try it out. But
There's plenty more interesting fighting games.
yeah, that's true. That I'm already into, that I know how to play.
King of Fighters getting a new entry.
But
I'll play that. Got Terry.
True. That's a combo heavy game though.
Well, so is Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter's like, you know,
Virtua Fighter is
you
similar
can play it
to
without combos, but you'll get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on to looks like we got the Monster Hunter event.
Yep. So
I don't know what to say about.
Yeah. There was a Monster Hunter event. It showed off a new trailer for Monster Hunter Stories 2, and they showed off like a new trailer for the update for Monster Hunter Rise. It's like the 3.0 update. I guess they're adding some new monsters and stuff like that. Some other stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Alright.
So
Rise.
some minor announcements for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, if you wanted more Rise content, here's some more Rise content.
Yeah. The Stories 2 trailer it showed off more of the plot, like what's going to be happening. They didn't show off much of the gameplay at all. Though.
Starter games have plots?
Which
It's
I'm
the
really,
RPG spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it has a plot.
Which
I'm being joking, because like from Play to World, that game has like no plot aside from there's a T-Rex.
Ooh, scary. What were you saying, Lucas?
I've been waiting for them to release some gameplay trailer of Stories,
Yeah.
because I'm kind
I
of interested
think
in what it's gonna look like, just like
I
visually.
actually don't really know what the gameplay is like. I think it's supposed to be like a hybrid where sometimes it's turn-based combat and then sometimes it's real-time action combat.
Right.
And I know there is a monster like raising mechanic, kind of like Pokemon to a little bit. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's like that.
Can this be a replacement for the Chow Garden-sized hole in?
No, I think it's just more along the lines of something like SMT or Pokemon, or
Okay.
even Digimon. Something kind of like that. But I don't know exactly because they just haven't shown off that much information, and I'm not familiar with the first stories, so I don't know what that was like.
That's making a Monster Hunter like turn-based RPG is weird because like the lore in like a Monster Hunter game is kind of worthless. And the game's already kind of very like methodical and slow-paced.
Yeah. There isn't much to talk about outside of the stuff they showed off in the trailer, which was just like more plot information, like the Rathalos you have is like special, and it's like,
Oh
you gotta
man.
make sure it doesn't fuck up the world, so make sure to take good care of it.
Which I like that, because like you
And
have
there's,
to
like,
actually take care of
people who
it.
are trying to like take him away from you so they can kill him because it's like it's
As
too
they
dangerous.
should. You have
And you're just
some
like,
fucking
no.
Rathalos.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is a cool element of the game that I for one personally like, because like when I first saw Rathalos, like just in a picture, I was like, yo, it'd be so cool to like raise one of those, tame it, you know.
Yeah.
And now I pretty much can do that. Like
Is it a baby? I want a baby Rathalos. That'd be fun.
It starts out as a baby.
Yeah, you have to raise it.
Yeah. I do wish they would show off a little bit more gameplay, like have an extended gameplay trailer for it. Go a bit more in depth with that.
Yeah, that's
Because, like,
the only thing I'm waiting on right now.
they've only shown off like story trailers really, and they've gotten some light explanations on the mechanics and stuff, but I wish
Mhm.
they would go a little bit deeper and show off a bit more. But yeah, that's about all I have to say on Monster Hunter Stories 2.
Yeah, but hopefully we get some more news on it soon, because I, for one, really want to just go in depth about Monster Hunter. I really want to get into it again. I've only played the one with my cousins.
Are you planning to get Rise?
Yeah, I just, I've been pretty busy lately, so I don't necessarily want to buy a new game and then just not be able to play it because I'm busy. But I definitely want to get it in the future when I do have time to myself to just, get into a game like that.
Well, by the time you get it, all the content updates will be out, and it'll be like a full experience. So
yeah, that's also another thing I was just telling myself. I was like, it's probably a good thing I'm waiting. Just everything will be good. But,
yeah.
Although then you miss out on the exciting when the update first drops, and then you get all this new stuff to play with, But
yeah, it's not the end of the world,
It's kind of like being an early adopter versus a late adopter for like Splatoon or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's be real. Splatoon 1 kind of sucked at content.
It did, but it sucked intentionally. It's intentionally limiting. It's kind of like how you would say start up a new profile in TF2. You don't have any weapon unlocks, and then you slowly unlock more stuff as you play through the game. It's like that. Except they did that live with everybody. Because they knew that it would all be locked behind a wall anyway at launch. So it's like whatever.
I think the service thing could work fine for multiplayer games. It's just a bit of a balance. Like Splatoon 2 did it way better, just in terms of.
Yeah.
I mean, it had everything for Splatoon 1 to work. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything more about Monster Hunter event?
Yeah, not necessarily. Like we've been saying, there's not really much to say because we don't really even have gameplay for stories right now. But yeah, let's move on to. Looks like we got the Horizon Forbidden West State of Play, which this looks good. Very pretty game.
See, like that's all I can say. This looks like a good game. I'd probably really enjoy it if I played it. Like also, I just can't bring myself to care for some reason.
It's like that
robotic
as well a little bit, but maybe not as much.
Robotic dinosaurs, man. Come on.
I haven't played the first game, but I do plan on getting to it eventually, sometime before I die.
So, I think everybody kind of says that.
One of these days. I have it on my PS4. I got it for free when they were doing that last month.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it didn't get as much recognition as it should when the first game was released, because I'm pretty sure it was released within like same time frame as another game.
It was
same month as Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild.
And it did well. Horizon Zero Dawn did well.
Yeah,
it still did very well. It just it was overshadowed by Breath of the Wild because that came out at the same time, and very similar, and they're both open world action adventure games.
Yeah, and obviously
with very similar gameplays. They both have protagonists that prioritize a bow, and they also have a secondary melee weapon.
Yeah,
but like even in that,
you're both climbing big towers.
Yeah,
to get maps.
I guess the only difference is
that's Far Cry 3 did that.
Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, like there really isn't a difference in the sense of the robots, because the Guardians are technically robots. And you get a robot horse to ride. I mean, I guess the dinosaur is the different factor, but it still did relatively well for being overshadowed by Breath of the Wild. So
with big Sony AAA game, it made $1 bajillion.
Yeah,
it did well. It's getting a sequel, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah,
because they showed off a big extended gameplay reveal. This is the first time they've shown off any gameplay of this game. And it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about because I haven't played the first game.
Yeah. I know they added, like, some new features. Like, they added the paraglider effectively from Breath of the Wild. I think there's some new attack, like, special attacks or something like that. I think that's new.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of is your generic, like, open world with robot.
I wouldn't say it's
well, not generic, but it is just
but
another
it's
open world
definitely,
game.
Yeah.
I'll be real. It's kind of generic. It's kind of generic in terms of gameplay. Like, you know, like its setting and stuff kind of fun, but
yeah, I mean,
gameplay-wise,
it's generic in
there's
the same way that Uncharted is generic, you know,
Yeah.
for its genre.
Yeah, for its genre. I mean,
It doesn't do anything to especially stand out, but it also does enough to not be just Far Cry, but with one specific gimmick, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, robot dinosaurs is a cool concept.
Yeah.
like the robot velociraptor in the background right there looks pretty badass, not gonna lie. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to keep making like games that all are very similar. But
Yeah.
hey,
There's only so many times you can see the same game in the same genre in such a short period of time before you just kind of get bored of that genre, you know?
exactly is what I'm trying to say here. But
yeah,
strictly talking about what they showed in the gameplay, though, it looks very like visually pleasing. Like it's very light, nice looking game.
This game looks great.
The
foliage is amazing.
Yeah, I can only imagine what it's gonna look like on optimized PS5 graphics.
I mean, that's what they were showing off.
Yeah, or well, like for if I were to play it,
like the YouTube trailer was in 4K and stuff, but yeah.
Oh, I don't think I actually watched it in 4K because it was on my phone.
So. Yeah, you didn't watch it in 4K. I kind of watched it in like 2K because I have a 2K monitor.
Yeah.
So.
But like I have a 4K TV, like true 4K, because I can.
Same.
I want to get a PS5, but they're just fucking scalped right now. Besides the fact what I'm trying to say is I cannot wait to play this game on the PS5 because it's like another game that I'm adding to my list of games to play on the PS5 besides the other two, Spider-Man and I forget other game
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. I don't know why I forgot about that. But these are like the only 3 games I'm really like that are really drawing me to buy a console right now, which is kind of sad because, you know, used to be excited to buy.
For me, there's a few more for the PS5, but that's only because they're games that specifically appeal to me.
Right.
And Horizon Forbidden West isn't even on that list. Like, it might end up being if I end up trying Zero Dawn and really liking it, and then being like, yeah, I'll play the sequel.
Hey,
but I also might not. Honestly, I think one of the biggest pulls to me for the PS5 is just playing Ghost of Tsushima on it. Yeah. I could play Ghost of Tsushima right now if I wanted, but I've been specifically just waiting to play it on a PS5, so it's the best, most optimized version, you know?
Yeah, I definitely would probably buy that game as well. But if we did end up getting one around the same time, like you said, if it's not on your list, like I'd probably beat it and then let you borrow it, so you don't even have to spend money on it because we do that all the time, or used to at least, rather with games. But
yeah,
I don't know. It looks good. I for one need to get a PS5 first, but I would definitely buy this when it comes out.
Actually, is this one also going to be on PS4? I think it is.
Yeah, but I'm kind of in the same boat with you with Ghost of Tsushima. I kind of want to wait to play these newer games like Spider-Man and
just on the PS5. Yeah, I feel the same.
Just for the better experience, like
that's like buying Breath of the Wild on the Wii U.
Yeah, it's just like it's not gonna be bad necessarily, but it was made for this console, and I want to get the best experience possible for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they released some gameplay. Wasn't it like only 20 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, it was 20 minutes. It showed off like I think a story mission.
Yeah.
Where like a camp you were allied with or whatever got raided by raiders, and then you go chase down the raiders and kill them and rescue the guy they kidnapped.
Mr. Mohawk.
And then he tells you, like, oh, something, here, I got the shit you were looking for. And you were like, awesome. Something like that.
Yeah,
that was Horizon Zero Dawn.
But
what if that's the whole game?
Yeah,
That's probably the whole game.
Yeah, it's probably the main mission, and then just like Breath of the Wild, there's a
fuck ton
of side quests that you gotta do. probably the main probably the main storyline is probably a good, average.
11 minutes.
No, I would say probably 12 to 15 hours. But you're probably in side quests and all that shit. You're probably looking at like 60 hours.
Oh,
Just
more than that.
to probably 100% the game, depending on what kind of player you are.
I mean, like, I think I put 120 hours in Breath of the Wild, something around there.
Yeah, but that's just because they make the last, what is it, like 30 shrines, 20 shrines, like the most difficult to find unless you actually look them up.
I mean, I only had to look up like 5 or 10 shrines.
Oh well, I had a hard time finding.
I found most of them. There was just a few that was like, it's hidden in a cave that you have to bomb a wall to find, and I'm like, okay.
I'm good. but yeah, not too much more to say.
Yeah.
They showed this on the 27th of May, so if you haven't checked it out, you can go check it out now. But moving on, what do we got next?
There was a Deadlight Daylight anniversary event, and more importantly, added Resident Evil characters and a Resident Evil map.
Oh yes,
Deadlight Daylight.
It's weird the character to say that. It's interesting. Like, well, I mean, mechanically. The actual characters they picked are like so obvious that I actually did not expect Nemesis. Like, I was expecting something weird. Like, maybe we'll get Mr. X because, Resident Evil 2, that he was really popular in that. Or, I don't know, maybe something from Village. But no, we just got Nemesis. That's fine.
Yeah, for anyone who's maybe not familiar with Dead by Daylight, Dead by Daylight is a asymmetrical multiplayer game, survival horror multiplayer game, where one person plays like a serial killer type character, and then the other 4 players play survivors, and the killer character has to track them down and like kill them, and then the survivors have to complete like random tasks or whatever in order to escape.
Repair generators.
Yeah.
It's like Among Us, except the sus person is very obvious. And
very aggressive.
Yeah, and you can't. And there's like different classes. Like there's
Nemesis is sus.
Which is kind of cool though. Like they're adding Nemesis to one of the like. What do they call them? Don't they have a special name for?
I think they're just called killers, right?
Yeah, killers.
They're all called killers. Not every killer has like a name. Like Michael Myers is the Shape. Leatherface is the Cannibal. Pyramid Head got him recently, and he's the Executioner.
Oh, sick.
Now take a guess what Nemesis's name is.
The Titan.
His title. No, he's just the Nemesis.
That makes sense.
I thought it would be the Tyrant. Like that would be like.
Yeah, something
but
like
they
that.
just did the Nemesis.
He's not Nemesis anymore. He's the Nemesis.
Yeah.
What is he?
Just walk around and say stars.
Yes, he does say star, but mechanically he's weird. Like, I just want to explain his mechanics. So, firstly, his like active ability is he just shoots out a tentacle out of his hand because why not?
Right.
Like that's fun. But his tentacle, it infects you, and you start going zombie-y, vomiting and coughing and everywhere, making your location obvious. So, to cure your zombiness, you need to find vaccines throughout the map and like ration them out like it's a freaking Resident Evil game. Those are like your herbs or whatever. Yeah, you gotta like ration them because there's only like a few in the map.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
They also add like zombies onto the map.
Yes, there's 2 AI-controlled zombies where if they bite you, you also get infected. So it's like just straight up playing a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts.
Because not only did they add the Resident Evil characters, they also added a Resident Evil map, which is the museum from 2 and 3.
Well, police
not the
station
museum,
that was
the police
previously a museum.
Yeah.
I think it's lore they added in the remake because the place is just so goofy that they were like, no one would build this as a police station.
Are you sure? I thought that was also in the original.
I can't. I really can't tell. I've been playing Resident Evil 3, the original, lately, and I have not seen any mention.
I think they mentioned it in 2 originally, but I don't remember 100%.
I'm kind of think it might have just been a remake thing, just because the place is just so goofy, which is just necessary because
Well, I mean, the building itself wasn't that built by Umbrella.
Yeah, I believe so.
And that's why it's so weird.
Yeah. It's so bizarre.
'Cause I remember in the Resident Evil 2 remake, there's like a document you can find where the orphanage, which I'm
Yeah,
pretty
the
sure
orphanage
you
is made by
go
Umbrella.
to,
Because
that was made by Umbrella.
yeah, that was for like the sake of experiment.
Yeah.
I never even like.
So and
declare
now
what
are
it
they when they add the characters? Are they costumes or are they actually the characters?
They're full on different characters.
Okay,
They have
Yeah.
completely different abilities. Like,
Yeah,
for
like
example,
even
like I said,
the
he has
different survivors also have different abilities and
Right.
stuff.
That's what I thought.
Like
all the
Leon
survivors
craft
play.
items. Like he can craft like a flashbang or something mid game,
Yeah,
right?
the new mechanic.
Yeah.
Well, actually, all the survivors are identical except for they all have the perks that they have.
Right.
And once you level them up enough, you can share perks with other characters.
Oh, okay.
Killers also have perks that you can share with other killers, but they also have like unique abilities and stuff like, you know, like Nemesis has his tentacle, and also zombies spawn in the map whenever he's there.
Right.
That's not just unique to Resident Evil map, by the way. That's every map that if he's
okay.
in the game. If Nemesis is in the game.
Nemesis is in the game.
Yeah,
So
that's
if you're
part of his
playing like on a
stat.
different killer on the Resident Evil map that isn't Nemesis, there won't be any
Yeah.
zombies. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you played the update, Ricola? Because I know you play Dead by Daylight sometimes.
I think Nemesis is just in like close. He's just in beta right now. He's just in close beta right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not out all the way yet. Some people have played. I was like, plenty of people have played that, so it'll
Because
probably
I've heard people talk about it, but I thought it was already out. I guess it's only in beta.
It's in PvP. I haven't played the last time I played was back when Pyramid Head was added as well. So I haven't played in a while.
Right.
But, I mean, I'll play. I want to play Nemesis.
Right. No, it's crazy to think that this game, which is essentially like a little indie game, released 5 years ago, it now has not only a bunch of tie-in horror movie characters, but also has like the two biggest survival horror franchises of all time in it as well, both Silent Hill and Resident Evil.
It's sweet. Great.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight, like, it's a game I've just like I like it more and more as time goes on. I used to really not like it, but I kind of, you know, I appreciate it more now.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, all the fan service. Just playing a game where you get to run from Pyramid Head is fun.
Yeah. Along with this update, I know they also announced that they're gonna be doing like a graphical overhaul for the game.
Which is nice because
yeah, which is gonna look way nicer.
Yeah.
What were you saying? It was just that it was nice. Something like
yeah, just that's nice to do a graphical overhaul. Like, because I hope it's an optimization thing because Dead by Daylight doesn't run great.
I think it's both visually and optimize
that's
overhaul, where not only is it gonna look better, but it's also going to somehow run better as well.
Yeah, wasn't there like a problem like with the matchmaking for a little while in Dead by Daylight? Like, you took forever to actually get into a match.
As far as I remember, if you main killer, that's because, you know.
Yeah, everybody wants to
It's
kill
because
her.
it's a 1v4 asymmetrical multiplayer game. So the role there's only one of is usually gonna have much longer queue times, you know.
Yeah, it's like DPS in Overwatch.
Yeah.
But
more people want to play it, and there's less.
I haven't played it in a while, but I think it's probably better because they added crossplay for consoles.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be cool if they added a mode with 2 killers and like 6 survivors or something in a bigger map. Like,
they were thinking of doing that, but what happened? There was actually a glitch when they were like, you know, starting crossplay. There was a glitch where lobbies would like merge, and you would just have like 3 or 4 killers at a regular time from like, so you'd have like, just look up some clips from it. It is absolutely hilarious seeing 3 killers chasing 1 person. Especially when they're all the same killer.
I don't know, didn't they add like a Korean pop star killer?
Oh yeah, I haven't played that update. That was odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't played since I added Pyramid Head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
keeping on the anniversary stuff, this was done for the Dead by Daylight 5th anniversary.
Yes.
So we had a Dragon Quest 35th anniversary event, a Sonic 30th anniversary event, and then a Dead by Daylight 5th anniversary event. And
Yeah.
also, like around that same time, within that like week period, it was also Splatoon's 6th anniversary.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll play Nemesis as soon as he's out. Are we down with the game?
Yeah.
But I guess there's not really much more to talk about. Maybe we can talk more when it actually is this like the update gets released.
Yeah, because it's only on like beta
PTB.
public
Yeah,
test
close.
servers.
Yeah, maybe we could add this to one of the games we can play.
Maybe.
Maybe we can
Yeah,
get
you can make private servers.
Yeah, maybe we can get 2 more people and we could, just have a fun little alternate the killer.
Potentially, if we get enough viewers, maybe.
Yeah, we could get some couple
in the
viewers.
They'll
future.
screen snipe us.
No, the idea is it's just like subscriber perks.
Yeah.
Play a round of a game with us or something.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe in the future.
See, the Daylight's fun, but it does have the issue where if you play killer and go up against survivors that are even above your skill level, you just get
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, I mean, well, if we play the game enough, we'll just.
It's kind of like when I played the Ghost in fucking Luigi's Mansion mini game and Nintendo Land.
Oh, that was fun. I forgot about that game. That was fun. Those were fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on. What do we got next?
Next topic is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they only kind of announced this, right? There isn't even like a picture for.
Nah, we got less information on this than we got for Dragon Quest 12. So all we know is that they're working on it.
Yeah.
But Bloodstained Ritual of the Night 1 was really good.
I've never played
I'm
it,
sure
but
this one will be good too.
yeah, they definitely probably gonna.
Yeah, me and Ricola have. It's good.
That's good.
Yeah, I never finished it, but yes.
Yeah, I finished it. It was good.
But yeah, the picture looks pretty cool. There's a bunch of like weird looking things in the background of this character.
Yeah. Those are just like enemies.
Looks like they're all
in the
morphed
game.
into one.
Yeah, it's the art. But yeah, Bloodstained Ritual Night is the spiritual successor to Castlevania Symphony Night, and more or less all of the Iga, Metroidvania, Castlevania games.
Right.
Yeah.
Which Castlevania is a classic. If you haven't played Castlevania,
I love me some Metroid.
Yeah.
Have you ever played any of the Metroidvania, Castlevania games, Lucas?
I'm not totally sure. I know I've played Castlevania games.
Yeah, you probably only played like either Classic Vania or like I think you've played Lords of Shadow, right? As well.
I want to say I played Lords of Shadow and another one, but I can't put my name my finger on the name of it.
Was it Symphony of the Night?
I don't know. I would need to look like the Castlevania games real quick.
Do you remember if you played as a Belmont or did you play as Alucard?
I want to say I played as a Belmont, and it was like older looking.
You probably played like one of the. It was either 1, 3, or 4, probably.
Yeah.
Man, now I need to see which one it is, cause like it's just gonna
We'll
bug
do
me.
that. We'll check after this stream.
Yeah. But yeah. Funnily enough, I actually played through Bloodstained, but I have not played through any of the Igavania, Castlevania games yet.
Oh man, get on Dawn of Sorrow.
I know. I really want to play
Sorrow.
Symphony at Night. Yeah. I really want to play through Symphony at Night, but like the only thing they ever re-released it on was like the PS4. And I just didn't get to it.
Oh yeah, the PS4 port that came with Rondo as
Yeah. Mainly I'd like them to release it on Steam. You know what? Is it on GOG? I'd play it if it's on GOG.
I don't think it is. But yeah, play art.
Yeah. Virtual Night was really good, so I'm very excited for the sequel. But there's so little information to go off of. There's not much you can say, except for like any hopes and wishes for this game.
I don't.
I hope they come up with cool new abilities. That's one thing that Virtual Night actually did really well. I think a lot of the abilities that they gave you throughout the game were really creative and cool.
I'm gonna play it forever, but also I think half of them are from Arya.
I mean, yeah, a lot of them are, but yeah. I remember the one beam ability, the warping one, where you like shot out like a beam and then you could reflect off of mirrors and stuff, and then you teleport to the end of the beam. That one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Quick side note: it was Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest.
Oh, you played Simon's Quest.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the worst one.
Yeah,
it's not that bad. But
it's not like the worst game ever, but it's probably one of the worst Castlevanias.
Yeah, my dad and I a couple summers ago were like, let's play Castlevania on an emulator, and we found like a bunch of these emulated Castlevania games, and this was the only one we could get to work. And so like we spent like a whole week playing Castlevania Simon's Quest.
Yeah,
which
that's
it was
tragic.
It was fun to play, it was an older looking Castlevania game, and it was fun, but definitely not anything special, but yeah.
Nah, yeah, like we said, Simon's Quest is like basically the worst one. It doesn't play a lot like the old Castlevania games. Funnily enough, it actually arguably plays more like the Metroidvania Castlevania games.
It has a lot of interesting ideas. It just
it doesn't execute well, I take it.
Yeah.
But all right.
It's not like the worst game ever. For like an NES game, I'd say it's still better than your average random.
Remember, the Angry Video Game Nerd is a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, like most people can agree, Simon Quest is one of the weaker Castlevania games.
Yeah.
Not that it's like a terrible game that's not worth playing at all. Just that compared to 1 and 3 and 4 and Symphony of Night and Rondo of Blood, it doesn't really hold up.
Yeah, it's basically if you played the other ones.
But I'd still say that Castlevania 2 is better than, your random run-of-the-mill shovelware NES game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although there's also a lot of NES games that people totally have forgotten about that are actually a lot better than it as well.
That's true. But all right, like we said before, there's not much to say on it because they kind of just said that they were making this game. Where there's always hopes. Nothing but speculation we could really talk about now.
Yeah, when they actually show it off in 1 to 2 years, then we'll talk about it again.
Yeah, we'll dive right into it because
who knows? Who knows when we'll actually see this though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be like Apex Legends on the Switch. Well, they'll keep saying, "Oh, we're gonna put it here. We're gonna release it now." What?
Yeah.
We'll delay it 15 times.
Yep.
But all right, looks like we're moving on to
the final topic of the night,
which we have even less information about.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Well, about the same amount.
This is the Nintendo Switch Pro. Mainly just going to be talking about all the rumors that have been circulating, as of late.
Yeah.
Which have been going on for quite a while now, and they've kind of built up to the point where they're finally climaxing, let's say, where Bloomberg, this is where the report is coming from for the most part, is saying that we're going to get a Nintendo Switch Pro revision.
Okay.
Essentially. And it's going to get announced very soon. Like they say the announcement is imminent sometime before E3. So within either this week or next week.
Which we'll definitely talk about that.
When it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like if this gets announced, we're gonna do like a mini podcast, and we'll probably just throw that up on YouTube.
Yeah.
We might not live stream it.
Yeah,
So, yeah, for anyone listening right now, if you're watching us on Twitch or whatever, you can find the link to our YouTube channel in our channel description, and subscribe to us there as well, so that because sometimes we'll upload stuff only to YouTube, and so you don't miss out on anything.
Yeah, and then any past stream you may have missed, because Twitch just loves to delete past streams if you're not an affiliate, so it looks like you can only see our 6th and 7th stream right now.
Yeah.
So, but we have every stream we've done so far up there, and we encourage you to go check it out.
Mm-hmm. But that chill is over with, and now we can talk about the Switch Pro.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
So what we've known so far with all the rumors and stuff is that it's supposed to have like an OLED screen,
Which is nice.
yeah, and that in docked mode it's going to be able to upscale to 4K using like AI upscaling technology, and that the handheld version is still going to be 720p, but like I just said, it's going to have an OLED screen, so it's still going to look nicer.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an upgrade from your normal Switch. And especially because I play a lot of my games, for instance, in docked mode, and I have a 4K TV. I would love to play the games in 4K, which interests me. What games are they going to make 4K?
Everything.
They're just gonna.
Yeah.
They're just okay.
Yeah, I think the idea is they're just gonna go back to all the major Switch titles and like throw a quick patch up for them to make it so that they work with the Switch Pro, that they now look and run better.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like a lot of games on the Switch could use that.
We're gonna be getting some Knockout City in 4K. Let's go.
I mean, you could arguably already do that on your PC,
Yeah, but now I could do it in my room in handheld mode as soon as I wake up. Just knock some.
Well, the handheld wouldn't be 4K.
No, I have it docked. Just grab my controller,
Yeah.
turn on my Switch, and I'll just freaking play some dodgeball.
Yeah. I do hope that with this revision that they're also going to revise the Joy-Cons along with it and fix the fucking Joy-Con drift issue.
Yeah, definitely. I
'Cause
would hope.
That shit drives me up a wall.
I wouldn't hope for it though.
I would hope for
I
it.
would hope
I would
that
bet on it.
I would
Yeah,
hope
that's
that
what you meant to say.
I was reading on I forget what website it was, but there was like a rumor that they're gonna make like a revised, like, different looking Joy-Con model, and I was like, why would they do that? I would rather them just fix the Joy-Cons they have now. It's a good model. The Joy-Cons are very simple. They're not supposed to be these cool looking.
You can get like third party
I
ones.
think you could improve on them. Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
like one, you might have to redesign it just to make it more durable. Very thin.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
true. I mean, the only thing I would really change in them is maybe the joysticks. They just feel kind of
Definitely.
like small.
Agile.
And they break too easily.
Yeah, but besides
like,
that,
both
and the
my
drift.
pairs of Joy-Cons that I've had have drifted and broken on me and stuff, to the point in which I used to play my Switch almost exclusively in handheld mode. Now I play it almost exclusively in dock mode, and just because now I only play it with my Pro controller,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I have a Pro
Because
controller as well. and
my
it's-
Joy-Cons just broke, and it was like my second pair, and the warranty was up, and I was like, I don't want to buy another pair of Joy-Cons that I know are gonna break within a year or less.
Yeah.
I'll just buy a Pro controller.
Which
Which just partially was because I also needed a good controller that I could use with my PC. And I was like, I could kill two birds with one stone.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Pro controllers
Instead
honestly
of,
are.
say, buying like an Xbox One controller or whatever for
Yeah.
my PC,
And honestly, they made the Pro controllers very well. Like, I like the
Yeah.
way it feels. It plays so well. Like with any game I've played so far, like especially Smash. Like the Pro controller feels great with Smash.
Oh yeah.
Like it is a drastic difference with the compared to the Joy-Cons.
Oh yeah.
Which originally that was the biggest thing that stood out to me when the Switch was originally like first announced, I was like, wow, they're coming out with this Joy-Con grip. These Joy-Cons, you could just attach them right from the device. Like, it's so cool. And then as soon as I got my Switch, my first pair, like within the first 2 months, the right one was like drifting. I could barely play Smash.
Yeah.
And then I got this cheap Mario freaking Pro controller, and that started drifting, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get an actual Pro controller, and I've had this thing for like a year now, and it's still chugging.
Yep.
But
moving a little bit back to the Switch Pro specifically, real quick, what do you guys think it's gonna be called? What do you think they're gonna name it?
Yeah,
Is it gonna be the new Nintendo Switch? Is it gonna be the Super Nintendo Switch?
It could be anything. I can't predict.
I think prediction-wise, they're gonna name it the stupidest thing possible. Which my prediction is, it's gonna be called the Nintendo Switch Up.
Yeah, that's it. You called it.
Yeah, because they're gonna switch up on the old Switch.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna go with the same thing they would.
Or something like Nintendo Switch On.
So that'll be really confusing to the consumer, like the Wii U.
Oh yeah. Or it's gonna be called the new Nintendo Switch Pro Plus and Knuckles, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Sure.
With a new funky mode.
Yeah. All the stuff.
In my opinion, I think they're just gonna go the same route they did with the new Nintendo 3DS, where they just said new.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be too
surprised. Virtual Switch. Yeah, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be like new Super Nintendo Switch Pro Plus Ultra with Funky Kong, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series and Knuckles.
With some, I forget. I'm trying to add on to your joke here, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more fun stuff.
I just had the picture of the
Yeah.
the cover of the fucking
The box.
Yeah, the box with all the things on them. I'm just, oh, but hey, for all we know,
Wii U and 3DS. Yeah, that's the end.
Battery sold.
It's gonna be the new Super Nintendo Switch Plus Up Ultra Smash, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series and Knuckles for Wii U and 3DS.
Battery's not included. Hey, for all we know, they could actually have a good name, which would be very ironic, and I don't know what a good name for this new console would be.
I mean, it could just be Nintendo Switch Pro.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is that Sony already took it for theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also have the Pro, like the Switch controller.
Yeah. It would just...
And so there might be some confusion with that they might want to avoid.
That is exactly what I was thinking as well, because when I was looking this up originally, when I first heard about it, the first thing I popped up was Nintendo Switch Pro controller. So it's like I could already see like people just accidentally just Google automatically auto-filling in the controller to the end of your sentence, and you can't even find it in your first search, which would be annoying. But I mean, Nintendo Switch Pro isn't a bad name, but like you said, I feel like it'd be kind of redundant because they already got the Pro controller and they already have the PS4 Pro. So
it could be like, something simple like Nintendo Switch Plus.
Which wouldn't.
But then that sounds like an add-on.
Yeah.
We can't even
can't even fathom what Nintendo's thinking right now. They might just go like outside the box.
It could be legitimate, like Nintendo Switch Up or Switch On or something really dumb like that. Although, do you think they would go with like Nintendo Switch Heavy? Because they have Nintendo Switch Lite.
Oh,
that would be so dumb.
And this could, in theory, be a bulkier Switch model.
I don't know about that one. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. If they did that, I would be like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, the Lite is
here's
nice.
The thing. They're gonna announce the Nintendo Switch Heavy, and then at E3, they're gonna show off Heavy for Smash Bros.
Yes, and Team
And he's
Fortress
gonna
2
be-
on the Switch.
Yeah, yeah,
What if they call it something like Nintendo Switch XL?
yeah.
You know what?
That would
They'll probably do
If
that.
the model itself is physically bigger, I could see them doing that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they did it for the Nintendo 3DS XL, the DS
But the
XL.
only problem with that is that the Switch is already quite large for a handheld console.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like it's a good size.
I'd say so too.
I wouldn't want it to go
But that's
bigger.
only. Yeah, but it's like if you make it any bigger, it becomes too unwieldy and so unportable. You know.
Because
Yeah.
if they make it bigger, it's pretty much just the Wii U gamepad then. Which that thing was fucking bulky. That thing was fat.
Yeah, but that also wasn't intended to be portable. It was intended to be bulky and stuff because they knew like kids would be playing it and they didn't want it to break easily.
That's fair.
Because it was expensive and hard to replace. So they wanted to make sure it was extra durable.
I mean, theoretically, the Switch is expensive and not durable.
Yeah.
At least the Joy-Cons.
They also marketed it towards a older audience.
Yeah, for part.
Yeah. But moving on from name discussions to financial discussions and financial plans for Nintendo specifically, the rumor is they're going to announce it before E3, and the reason for that is because the release is coming soon, say around September-ish, give or take a month.
Yeah.
And that at E3 specifically, they're going to be showing off a lot of games and hyping up the new Switch revision, essentially, where they're going to have a soft announcement right before E3, where they'll give some details, and then go more in depth with it at E3, and then show off, like, look at all these new games and how much better they look on the new Nintendo Switch model. You should get the new model because it's going to be awesome. If you're an epic real gamer, you'd have the new fancy model of the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, not much to say about the Pro because it's mostly just
Yeah, we definitely are
decent
gonna.
amount to say.
other than we know what's happening. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
like
the most part.
like Black Chestnut said, we're definitely gonna do a little segment on our YouTube, strictly just for the Nintendo Switch Pro as soon as the news for it gets released.
Yeah. Either like this day of or day after, one of the two.
Yeah, because it's just like, obviously this is news, but we can't really say too much about it without just it being strictly speculation.
Well, that's the point of speculation.
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing, but real quick, how much we think this is gonna be?
I wouldn't be too surprised if it's only $50 to $100 more than the base Switch model.
So what, like
Yeah, I could
500?
see 400.
400?
Oh, right now the Switch is like 300. Right now the Switch is 300.
Yeah, I could see 350.
350. I wouldn't be if they added like a lot of stuff to it, like hardware wise. Like I wouldn't mind paying the 400 for it, you know.
Yeah. I'm definitely interested in getting it, even though we don't know anything about it. Obviously, I would wait to make my final decision till after it was revealed.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But right now, I'm inclined to say get the revision. Because I would like to play Splatoon 3, in 4K. I'd like to play Metroid Prime 4 when that comes out in 4K.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff that happened this week, though. A lot of good news.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was a really meaty week.
Yeah.
I was.
Like last week, we were basically scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
But that's just what happens when you get to the big pre-E3 stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people
Which really, like, right away, because next week we're going to be going into our big pre-E3 stream, where we're going to be talking about all the E3 events and also Summer Games Fest.
Mhm.
So the fact that we already got all these big announcements before E3, what are they going to be showing off at E3? Because we know Square Enix is going to be showing off more stuff, at Summer Games Fest and E3. We know that Sega is going to be showing off a lot more stuff. I would assume, probably at Summer Games Fest and E3. I think probably.
There's an endless possibility of things that could be released, talked about.
So the fact that we got so much news and stuff, who knows? But we talked about a good amount about the Nintendo Switch Pro. But like the rumors say it's going to be released around, I want to say September time. Around then.
Of this year?
But when do you guys think it will come out? Like, do you think the rumors are true?
September time sounds like a holiday. Like, I think that'd be the most realistic. If it's coming out this year, it would probably be.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be September. I would say like maybe end of October, beginning of November. I don't think they would go as far as releasing it around Christmas time in December, but if they did, I don't know if that would be the best idea.
Usually they go a bit. They go a bit before November so they can hit Black Friday.
Yeah. So September sounds probably.
What just happened?
I think it was just some bits. It's okay.
Anyways, I just completely lost my train of thought. That threw me off. I don't know what just happened.
What just happened?
It was like a bunch of clapping, and there was some. Apparently, I don't know.
Got 0 bits.
Yeah.
It's real. Okay.
Anyways, yeah. Hopefully.
Streamer moment.
Perils of streaming.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. I wouldn't be too surprised. But, like, realistically, they're probably going to want to launch the Nintendo Switch Pro with a big new release. And I can't imagine it's going to be Pokemon. Because there's no way in hell they can sell you, like, Nintendo Switch Pro with Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. It's like, these butt-ugly games are now in 4K. They're still butt-ugly, even in 4K. But, they're in 4K. Upscale. Yeah. But like, I would have to imagine that they would want to launch the Nintendo Switch Pro with like probably Breath of the Wild too. And if they're gonna launch the Switch Pro around September, does that mean that's also when we're gonna see Breath of the Wild 2 get released?
Maybe. Who knows what could happen to E3?
Yeah. Because I know some people think Breath of the Wild 2 might come out this year. I know a lot of people who think that it's no way it's going to come out this year. Personally, I think it could be a lot further along than people think, and they just didn't show us anything last year.
Educated guess.
I mean, it is a sequel. In the like Majora's Mask was a sequel to Ocarina of Time. They're reusing a ton of stuff from Breath of the Wild, so realistically, it's not going to take them that long in comparison to other mainline Zelda entries to get this one out. Yeah. So I would not be surprised at all if we see Breath of the Wild 2's release with the Switch Pro.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That would be a hell of a game to release with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as for whether or not we're going to actually see any of that happen, we just kind of have to wait and see. Because it could happen any day now. Like, it could happen tomorrow that we get a Switch Pro announcement.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would probably be something they say for E3, but yeah.
The reason that the report's saying that it's going to be before E3 is specifically so they can reveal it, and that way they can show off more stuff at it at E3. Like, specifically, third-party developers who potentially might be showcasing their games before the Nintendo Direct at E3. at one of the earlier events
that
happening.
makes
Nintendo
sense.
usually saves theirs for last. They usually do theirs on the Tuesday, the last day of E3.
Yeah.
You know, at least, last presentation, presentation day of E3.
Yeah.
And so we could be seeing, third-party ports to the Nintendo Switch Pro, and they're being like, yeah, this game's getting ported to the Switch, and it runs better on the new Switch revision and stuff like that,
Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. And actually, yeah, that actually makes sense why they would announce it before.
Yeah.
Um.
But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Being that said, that was the last conversation point of this stream. Any last words on this topic, guys?
No, I think I am all done.
All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Like we said before, follow us on YouTube. Check out our past streams. We're gonna be releasing a little segment on this, like we said already.
When it gets announced.
Yeah, well,
on YouTube.
Make sure to follow our Twitter because we'll definitely announce something on there when we do upload that.
We also announce every time we go live on Twitter.
Yes.
So you can be notified every time we go live. We don't spam anything else on Twitter. It's mostly just that.
Yeah.
Or you could follow one of our personal accounts.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. Ricola posts a lot. Me and Lucas don't as much.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in and have a great night, guys.
Yeah, have a nice night. Bye-bye.